Today we're going to showcase the top 5 Town Hall 12 attack strategies. There's been lots of new hero equipment come over the course of 2024, and today we're going to show you how to use it in your favorite attack strategies. First up, we have Zap Dragons. This army is still OP at Town Hall 12, even if you have underleveled heroes and underleveled hero equipment like I do. I want to prove to you guys, you don't need everything maxed to get a 3-star. So with this army, we've got 6 lightning and 3 earthquakes, and what we're going to do is remove 3 air defenses off the map, but make sure you hit all the defenses around the air defenses, because you might be able to get down some extra defenses, like you saw me there get down that expo, because we put the lightning and the quake on both the air defenses and the expo. So once you got rid of all of these air defenses, it's time to set a funnel. We got 2 baby drags in the army comp. Use 1 to funnel here, and then a couple of drags and balloons. The baby drag on the other side with the king and the queen, and as soon as these dragons are in position, we are going to get them all down in a line. Dragons first, then warden, then balloons, and then we're going to pop our warden ability really early on. Now, you can use the blimp if you want to blimp the town hall, but I prefer the stone slammer on the back end with this army. The baby dragon comes out of the CC. We don't need to use the poison on that, and look at how strong these dragons really are. We use our 1 freeze on the sweeper and the town hall, and then the rage on the dragons in the core. Now, unfortunately, you're going to see my king on the top side here. He's running the spiky ball, and the spiky ball is going to get no value because he was quite low on health, unfortunately. It just happens some of the time, but even with the spiky ball not getting much value, it still forces the queen inside the base, and obviously that's exactly where we want her. And then you use the stone slammer on the back end of the base, essentially anywhere there's value that your dragons are going to struggle to get. And even though most of our dragons die out here, we've still got 5 of them on the top side with the king and queen, and the king with that vamp stash, even if it is underleveled, does such a good job of keeping him alive, and that means he can tank for the queen the entire battle. We don't even need the queen ability here. The healer puppet is amazing with this army comp though. Now, it's worth noting, you won't see the magic mirror used today. If you do have it level 18, there are a few attack strategies like this one where it would be strong, but unless you've got it level 18, it's not usable at all because 1 cologne is not good enough. Next up, we have Fireball Super Witches. This attack strategy is so strong all the way up to Town Hall 16, and we're doing it with an underleveled Fireball. If you have a max Fireball, then you won't need the Earthquake in this army comp. And then you can see the other hero equipment we're coming in with here. You're going to see the Earthquake boots really makes this army strong. The first thing you have to do with this army is figure out where you're going to get a funnel by using your Fireball. So I decided to go for the Town Hall compartment here. Now, the Fireball and Earthquake won't be enough to take the Town Hall down, but gets rid of the single Inferno that makes this Warden Walk so dangerous, and now the Warden can take this down with ease. We're not even going to need a Rage spell, because those raged healers from the Rage Gem are doing a lot of healing. Now, in today's video, we're only going to use siege machines that you have available to you at Town Hall 12, so that's the Stone Slammer, Blimp, and Log Launcher. If you do have the ability to request the Siege Barracks, I would recommend that for this army comp. The Siege Barracks or the Log Launcher, if you're coming from the far side of the base, are definitely the best, but because the 3 siege machines you have at Town Hall 12 weren't really good for this attack strategy, I just didn't bring a siege. Now, if you're coming in from the back end of the base, the wall wrecker can be very strong. It goes through the walls super quickly, but because we aren't coming in from the back end, just decided to not use the siege machine at all, just to show you how strong this attack strategy is. Now, I did put my king ability quite late, but look at the Earthquake boots open up the entire base, and then we jump to the back end. By having the Earthquake boots and the jump spell, you essentially make it impossible for you not to reach across the base. Now, a lot of you might think the queen on the outside of the base is wasted, but when she's got the healer puppet, she's going to get a whole lot of value and gets the healing back. And the witches in the core of the base are a ranged unit anyway. We don't need that extra ranged unit. We need the better funnel. And the king, whilst he is a really good funnel troop, he can't shoot over the walls like our queen can. And the super witches kind of need the king to tank for a bit, and obviously we need the Earthquake boots as well. So this is the best combination, and you can see the queen is going to stay alive this entire attack. Look at how many super witches are still up. This base is wrecked, and honestly, this is one of the attack strategies where there's not really a lot the base can ever do to defend. If you just don't make a major mistake, you will triple with this almost every single attack. Doesn't matter what skill level you are, the Fireball at Town Hall 12 is so grossly overpowered, and that's why this attack strategy made the list for today. You can see we're swagging the Invis spell here. The Invis spell in this army can be used to redirect the Fireball at the start of the attack. Next up, we have Blizzard Lalo. This attack strategy is super strong as long as you don't make any mistakes with the Blizzard, which I'll teach you about in a second. In terms of the King, this is the best equipment. The Rage Vial is really good as well. Definitely run this for the Queen. And the Warden, you always want to run the Life Gem with Lalo over the Rage Gem. The Rage Gem just doesn't give them enough hit points. Blizzard Lalo is strongest on bases like this, which are super compact because the Super Wizards are going to get lots of change through the base. Send a Lava Hound in front of where you want your Blimp to go to pull all the traps, and then as soon as your Blimp's in position, put down the Invis spell, then open the Blimp. Now, the most important thing is you're only bringing 4 Super Wizards, no trash troops, so you cannot land on an area where there's any giant bombs. Look where my Super Wizards landed here. No room for giant bombs. Room for mini bombs, but no room for giant bombs, and we keep putting those Invis spells down. Use all 4 of them, and look at how much base is gone. Not a lot of attack strategies are that good versus compact bases. E-Dragons are another one that's very good versus bases like this, but sweepers can be a problem, whereas this attack strategy, sweepers are nowhere near as much a problem. Now, if you're not proficient with Lalo or Lavaloon, whatever you want to call it, then you can use dragons on the back end as well. Dragons and loons are very strong, but Lalo is definitely a little bit stronger in my opinion. So once you've done the Blizzard, you pull the CC out like I did there, use the Poison spell and your Queen to deal with whatever's left of the CC, then King and Queen together, and you want them to get some value that's on the outside of the base. Right here, you're going to see the value of the Spiky Ball. Look at that. Damaging everything in the area. The King leaves, and now the Queen's going to finish off that single Inferno. And look at how much value they're getting, because the Blizzard's point is to get the center of the base. The heroes get one part of the outside, and the Lalo gets the other part. Now I'm going to look to the top of the base, because any second now we are going to start the Lalo, and you want to start the Lalo just where there's a nice funnel in the base. So I put the Hound down to tank as many defenses as possible, and then with your balloons you want to target as many different defenses as possible. That is the most important thing. We do not want them all on the same tile. Notice how I'm targeting every defense I can on the outside of the base. Then when we put our second Lava Hound through, we get that in the Warden ability, and look, this Hound is never going to die. It's invincible, and now only is it taking damage. But look, our balloons are already in the area, and now we start using our freeze spells. Keep in mind, you have so many freeze spells with this army, 4 of them. You can use them to help your Blimp get in the base, you can use them with your hero push, or the Lalo, and the 2 haste spells is definitely enough. We use our last free spell there, and look at how many loons are up. We still have the Queen ability. In fact, I'm not sure if we've used the Queen ability in this video yet. Actually, we did in the last hit, but you get my point. All of these attack strategies at Town Hall 12 are going to crush bases. Next up, we have Hybrid. Now, Hybrid's still strong at Town Hall 12, but it's definitely much stronger if you have the Siege Barracks available to you from a clanmate donating it. If you don't, it's still strong though. I'll show you how to use it in the attack coming up. In terms of the hero equipment, if you're funneling with your King on the outside of the base, that's the best combination. Queen charging, that's the best combination. And for Hybrid, this is the best combination. So the best siege machine that we have available to us at Town Hall 12 to help with Hybrid is the Blimp, and we're gonna Blimp for whatever value you can get. So here I go for the Town Hall, but some good examples are getting rid of, say, a multi-Inferno compartment, or pulling the CC is the biggest one. If you can pull the CC with the Yeti Bomb, doesn't really matter how little defensive value you get, it's always going to be worth it. Unfortunately, we do not quite get the CC pull here, but we get the Town Hall and the single Inferno with the Rage spell. You can see how much value the Yeti Bomb can get at Town Hall 12. We use a Baby Dragon to funnel. If you're willing to put the extra Dark Elixir in, definitely bringing Sneaky Gobs or Super Barbs to help your funnel for Queen charges makes a world of difference. Right here, you're going to see how nice the Frozen Arrow is, not just for that extra DPS, but for the slowdown effect. So the Queen charge coming in here, we're about to get into a lot of damage. Now, I used the Rage spell, but look, this defensive Queen gets 2 shots off. That is it. Don't even need the Headhunter. I do bring 2 Headhunters in this army comp, but nope, they are not required. Now, whilst this is all happening, we're going to start with the King for the funnel. Now, if you have the Siege Barracks, then you bring the Siege Barracks and the King, and you're going to get a killer funnel. But you can definitely get a good enough funnel with just your King. As is always with hybrid, you go heal first. Worth noting, by the way, look at my queen in the core of the base, dealing with a much higher level king. That is a maxed Town Hall 12 king on defense, and still dealing with it pretty well. We did need the Headhunter and the Rage in the end, though. Now, unfortunately, my hybrid path's pretty bad here, and my I lose a lot of hogs and miners there, so not the cleanest hit. You see the spring traps going well. I pop the Warden right now to keep the king in it, and a few of the hybrid troops alive. And this is normally where, if you have the siege barracks hogs come in and finish off the base. But I really wanted to show you this hit, because yet again, it doesn't go perfect, but you can just see how strong this army really is. This hit looks dead. There are no hogs up, just miners, but miners are so strong. We've got a couple of cleanup wizards. You desperately need them with this army, particularly if you don't have the siege barracks. And we've got the freeze spells left for the splash on the back end here. My queen is still alive, still with her ability. That is the benefit of the frozen arrow. Now, you do have to be careful with the frozen arrow. There is a chance your queen can die through the ability, because the frozen arrow doesn't give you any health on recovery like the archer puppet does. But as long as you don't do something stupid and you're always keeping sort of a little bit of an eye on your queen's health, you won't lose her through your ability, particularly at Town Hall 12 where the defenses don't hit as hard. And we're going to finish up on the base here. So yes, if you can get the siege barracks donated to you, this army is infinitely stronger, but it still is strong even if you use the battle blimp. And then the final attack of the video, Zap Witches. Was it ever really in doubt? We're running the Spiky Ball and the Earthquake Boots on the king. Same on the queen as the last attack, and same for the warden as well. Let's see it all in action though. This attack works amazingly versus spread bases like this. You just isolate the multi-infernos on the base, take them out with 4 zaps and 1 quake on each of them. Then we're going to spam from the side that there's either a lot of value or a better funnel. For instance, I want to get to this Eagle Artillery as quickly as possible. It's essentially the major defense that's stopping me from tripling here. So you put a Golem and 5 Witches on each flank. Then in the middle, you put a Golem and 3 Witches with your Queen and Warden. But just wait on your King and your Wall Wrecker. Now, if you can get a Log Launcher donated to you, the Log Launcher is better. But I do think the Wall Wrecker is kind of underrated at Town Hall 12. It just has so much hit points and goes through the base super quickly. So you can see I delayed the king and the wall wrecker there to make sure they go inside the base. Keep in mind the king has the earthquake boots, and we need those earthquake boots to get through the town hall area of the base and open it all up, because we don't have a jump spell. Now, we don't have a rage spell either, so some of you might say, well, why not bring the rage gem? I like the extra hit points on the witches, honestly. As you can see, we use the Warden ability here to get the Yetis out of the CC. I really like the extra health, just to make sure that Giant Bomb isn't enough to take them down. Look at that. We get the Earthquake Boots and the Spiky Ball. The Spiky Ball does so much damage, and it is a really good combination with the Earthquake Boots. We'll finish off a lot of defenses that the Spiky Ball targets, and now it's just a matter of slowly cleaning up the base. It's not the quickest cleanup ever, but because you start the army so early, 3 minutes is more than enough, and we will 2 times through the back end of this. So Wall Wrecker's definitely good enough, but if you can get the Log Launcher, well, the Log Launcher is insanely strong at Town Hall 12, isn't it? There you go, there is the top 5 list, not really in any order. These attack strategies will get you 3 stars very consistently at Town Hall 12. Now, if you disagree with what I've put in the video, let us know down below. I'd love to hear your opinions. All the army links will be down in the description below. If you enjoyed this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll be back next week with the Town Hall 13 top 5 attack strategies.